He brought laughter to children, but behind the smile was pure evil. This is the story of John Wayne Gacy, the man who became known as the Killer Clown. Born on the 17th of March, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois, John Wayne Gacy was the youngest of 3 children. His childhood was marked by instability. His father was an alcoholic who frequently abused him physically and emotionally. Gacy struggled academically and socially. He often skipped school and got into fights. At just 16 years old, he was arrested for stealing a car, one of the first red flags that something was wrong. Despite these early signs, no one could have predicted what would come next. As an adult, Gacy tried to build a normal life, working hard, marrying, and starting a family. But behind the scenes, disturbing behavior began to emerge. In 1964, Gacy moved to Waterloo, Iowa, where he started working at a fast food restaurant. Over time, he rose through the ranks and eventually became a manager. He married Marlyn Myers and they had 2 children together. Known for his charm and ability to connect with people, Gacy quickly became a respected member of the community. He joined the Jaycees, a leadership organization for young men, and even won awards for his volunteer work. But it was during this time that he also developed a fascination with teenage boys. He began hosting parties, inviting them over, and forming inappropriate relationships. In 1968, Gacy's dark side was exposed when he sexually assaulted 2 teenage boys under his supervision. He was charged with sodomy and indecent liberties with a minor. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but served only 18 months due to good behavior. Upon release, he moved back to Chicago, vowing to start fresh. But the demons never left him. In fact, they grew stronger. By the early 1970s, Gacy had built a successful construction business and was active in local charity events. He dressed up as Pogo the Clown for children's parties, parades, and hospital visits, earning the trust of families across the city. But behind closed doors, Gacy was luring teenage boys into his home. Many were runaways or vulnerable youths looking for work. Once inside, he would handcuff them, assault them, and then strangle them with a rope or his bare hands. He buried 29 of his victims beneath the floorboards of his house, hiding their bodies in a crawl space under the basement. While the bodies of young men piled up beneath his home, Gacy continued to play the role of a beloved community figure. He smiled for photos, performed magic tricks, and posed for newspaper articles. Neighbors described him as friendly and generous. Even police officers visited his home without suspicion. No one imagined the horror taking place just inches below the floor. Gacy lived a double life, charming on the surface, monstrous beneath. The nightmare finally ended in December 1978, when 15-year-old Robert Piest went missing after telling his mother he was going to meet Gacy about a job. His disappearance led to a massive investigation. When police questioned Gacy, he gave conflicting statements and refused to let them search his home without a warrant. A few days later, authorities obtained permission to dig beneath the house. What they found was beyond horrifying human remains scattered throughout the crawl space. Gacy was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder. During the trial, he showed no remorse. One of his most chilling quotes was, They're only missing if someone cares enough to report them. In March 1980, Gacy was convicted of 33 murders and sentenced to death. After years of appeals, he was executed by lethal injection on May 10, 1994. John Wayne Gacy remains one of the most psychologically complex serial killers in American history. His crimes shocked the nation and changed how law enforcement approaches missing persons and serial offenders. His case raises questions. How did society miss the signs? Could this happen again today? And what makes someone like Gacy tick? Even decades after his death, Gacy's name lives on a reminder that evil can hide behind the friendliest smile. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's darkest minds, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story. Let us know in the comments, do you think more monsters like Gacy are still out there today? Want more true crime content? Check out our playlist below. Next episode, Ted Bundy, the Charming Killer. Subscribe now for new videos every week.